Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. What's good,
Okay,
man?
awesome. How are you doing, mate?
Doing great. Thank you for the free coaching, bro.
Oh yeah, my pleasure. I mean, hopefully you will thank me at the end once you have learned a few things. Maybe it's gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah, for
terrible
sure.
coaching. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Okay, so how do I call you? Do I call you Prex?
Yeah, PREXX.
Okay, I like the image. I'm a big. I don't know how big
Big Attack on Titan fan.
of a yeah, like Attack of Titans. Yes, I don't know how big of an Aaron Yeager fan I am,
Yeah.
but I like him more than I dislike him for sure. Um,
Let's go, man.
okay, so let's see, Prex. You sent me some information, I think. So
Yes.
you're Diamond 1, or at least last split, but you're gonna get back there most likely.
Yeah. I haven't
So
grinded this season. I only probably have like 10 games in the last like 2 months, so I am pretty rusty.
Oh, okay. But are you like getting on the game like intensely right now, or just like getting slowly back at it? Like, what's the reason for
Slowly
the
back at
coaching?
it.
Yeah.
Slowly back at it, yeah. I want to do another grind, so I probably will
Mm-hmm.
do another grind back to D1. I'm confident it shouldn't be a problem. I do it every year, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I want to try to push into Masters this time around. I want to at
Yeah.
least hit like 200 LP Masters.
Okay, for sure, for sure. Um, yeah, we can work on that. So basically, Prex, like during my sessions, when I look at the gameplays, I will try to find like the one, two, three, maybe four concepts that if you work on, you will have the most results. So, what do you think
Yeah.
these will be for you? Do you have any idea of your weaknesses?
For weaknesses, I definitely say it's definitely onto the macro side of things. I think my macro is like it is what it is sort of thing. If I make mistakes, they're small mistakes that always will happen. So I'd say like jungle tracking is a big one. So
Mm-hmm.
actually tracking jungle properly, knowing their positioning, and tracking their CS as well. I still haven't really learned that skill. I
Mm.
kind of just go about it. And then there yeah, a lot of macro calls with like where I need to be, when should I be splitting and grouping. Like there are some specific circumstances where I can fuck up on that because
Okay.
I am probably a little too excessive on the split. Yeah.
Okay. That works. Okay, well, we'll look at that during the game, of course. Like, well, during the like, I look at everything basically, but I will like try to put a bit of a focus on that. Hopefully, and we have a long game also.
Gotcha.
Okay. So just to give you a bit of context on how I'm gonna approach this. So when we're doing live game coaching, I will try not to intervene too much, not to talk too much during the game. I will for sure ask a lot of questions or some questions to try to pique your brain and see what you're thinking of and how you make your
Gotcha.
plans. If you can try to think out loud as much as possible, it would help me help me very much. But if like it takes a lot of focus or it's hard to do, it's fine. Like I will ask my questions. And then on your side, you can ask me anything during the game. But try to not make it affect your gameplay too much. Again, like sometimes I have people like being in base and asking me, "What do you buy here?" And then we don't have the time to make the talk before you buy, these kind of things. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be alright. So you can start looking for a game, and we'll keep doing a bit of talking until we find one.
Perfect. All right.
Okay.
Let me know if the stream has any quality problems as well. I can always lower it. So
I mean, so far
as
it
long as
looks
it's
really
smooth.
good in terms of quality. So this
All right.
is
Perfect.
really nice. Okay, so whenever we start the game, I have like two exercises that I give to every single of my students because I think it's our responsibility as League of Legends players to do those two things. And one of them is going to be like particularly important because you told me it would be one of your weaknesses. The first one is what I call doing the thinking. So whenever everyone would have picked their champion or throughout the champ select, when people pick and ban, etc., I would like you to just do what I call the thinking. It means like looking at the champs, looking at the matchups, and telling me whatever you think will be valuable for the game. Whatever useful information, you just throw it
Okay.
at me, and then I will see how we can improve on that, if we can improve on that. And then the other thing will be once we get to the game, of course, jungle tracking. So yeah, even if you're not the best at it, I would at least like hear how you're doing it. What are the things you're looking at or thinking of while tracking your
Got
jungler
you.
or the junglers? By the way, the like counting the CS, I don't do it as hard as I should do. I'm not gonna lie, I reached GM without
Yeah.
counting the CS, but still, like, without counting, if you have like at least like the timers in your head and you know like, okay, it's not normal that he went from top to bot in like less than a minute, so you kind of know that he skipped a camp or two. But yeah, it's not gonna be the most important part of jungle. I think it's like the final step of it, you know. Once you have done
Oh,
everything else, then you can like do the exact counting. But yeah.
I'm thinking Malphite ban here.
Oh, you can
I've been
ban.
perma-banning him after the buffs. I just don't. I feel like it's a really bad matchup to be in at the moment.
Yeah, so I used to ban Malphite also. Then I realized that with one particular setup, you actually beat him at any stage of the game. So into Malphite, so you can still ban him, of course.
We go for Jackson.
Jax also, I discovered it. So these two matchups are beatable very easily if you go Grasp Hullbreaker first.
Interesting.
But then the thing is, so you're gonna have like you're gonna consistently be more impactful than them, but slightly more impactful. So you cannot go 1v9, you know, you cannot like stomp them in lane and then go bot lane and dive the bot lane, etc. But if your team goes even or slightly behind, you will perma win the game. I have a few videos on my YouTube if you're curious about it after. I mean,
okay.
I don't know how you usually play it into Malphite. I don't want to push you into playstyle.
No way he locks in Malphite, by the way. No way he locks in Malphite. All right. So tell me the runes. I'll get it.
You want to try it? Okay. So you
yeah,
go.
I've done Grasp before.
Okay. So it's Grasp, Demolish, and then you go Second Wind and Revitalize.
Revitalize, yeah.
And then in the Precision tree you go Triumph and Tenacity. And then you go attack speed, AD, and HP per level. Because what we want is as big, like you're playing for Grass procs and Demolish procs, basically.
Okay.
I will just guide you a little bit going during the laning phase because it's a bit of a different way of playing Tryndamere. But it's not gonna change the fundamentals, and also it's gonna make us focus on the macro, by the way, which is what we want here. And you're gonna be surprised. Like if you execute it like decently, it's gonna feel like unfair. I swear.
All right, perfect. And then I'd be rushing Hullbreaker.
Yeah.
Into what would be a good second?
So I like to go Triforce instant. So the thing is, like, you're never gonna kill the Malphite. You're not playing to hit the guy. And even if you went lethal tempo, Kraken, Bork, whatever, you're not beating a Malphite. So
yeah, well, once he gets like Warden stabbies, it's like over at that point.
So for that reason, I realized like why try to even hit him if I can just hit turrets basically because he wants to team fight. We'll talk about it like during the laning phase. Now, if the game goes on 3, 2, 1, if there's no dodge, I would like you to do the thinking once we're in Champ Select.
Yeah. Got you. Yeah, so with Grasp, I'd like to trade definitely aggressively early game. I can win early pretty hard with Grasp. I think it's stronger than Lethal in the early. So I'll try to go for a kill if he plays too aggro, but other than that, it's going to be, after first recall, it's probably going to be safe gameplay. They also have a Talon, so that's really dangerous. I had to be very aware of him. That's what I'm thinking so far.
Can you try to extend to the rest of your team?
My team, let's see. We got Fizz into Silas. I mean, that should be an okay lane for Fizz. You shouldn't be able to feed that. Ezreal, Pyke into Kai'Sa, Morgana. Yeah, Morgana hard counters Pyke. That should be, they're going to probably just be farming. Echo. I actually don't know how Echo does into Talon in 1v1s. I'm kind of curious. I think he hard loses early for sure, but once he gets like one item, it should be doable? I'm not sure. Yeah. Echo's probably going to play, if I had to guess, looking at all these champions, he's probably going to play bot mid. He's probably not going to come top, I doubt it, to gank a Malphite. But we'll have to see how pans out. Okay. No. I just see my bot as neutral or losing, personally. They're just going to be farming. I don't see them being able to win engages.
Okay, and with the information you took, now try to translate it in how you should be doing, what you should be doing as a team, starting like from the first sequence, which is from minute 0 to 130. Do you have an invade potential? Do they have an invade potential? Do you want to counter invade? What do you want to do as a team?
Enemy team has very good invade potential, so if they ping to stack bush, I'll definitely come to stack because Morgana just has good invade, and then Talon has very good and strong early. He also has ignite, so I could see an invade for sure. Their early is a lot better than ours. We have a fucking fizz, bro.
True.
He's not gonna do shit.
Yeah.
I would not want to invade this team for sure.
Okay. And then during the once the lane starts, you can already have a plan for your first few waves. What do you think will be the plan here?
I'm thinking I want to try to trade Malphite, but obviously I don't want to be too heavy. I want to do like grass trades, so I'm probably gonna like slow push the first 2 waves and then like hard shove in the third one, try to get it under tower, wait for it to bounce back, try to hover the wave nearby my turret after that, and just keep trading with grasp until I can go for a kill.
Okay.
So slow push 2 waves with grass trading, crash on the third, and then yeah, just let it push back to me slowly, don't contest. Once it's near my tower, thin the wave, hold it.
Awesome.
So Malphite doesn't get it back.
Awesome. So I just give you like a few tips for like this particular matchup with this particular setup. So what you want to do is, of course, like go for grass procs on CD. You can even like E in auto, but you don't want to trade 1 HP if it's not for a grass proc. So you don't extend the trades unless like you have a free auto and he auto the CS and you can go for another auto. You don't trade 1 HP if it's not for a grass proc. Then
Gotcha.
once you get your level 2 and your Q, you want a Q on CD. Like you imagine that you have a bot that makes you use Q once you have Q. You're not looking for crits. You're looking to like out sustain his HP and mana bar, and you can do that actually like 3 times in a row, something like that.
Okay.
So I mean that's about it. And then the best scenario is once you get your crash wave 2 or wave 3, you can even start going for a demolish proc, because he cannot like he has to choose between trading HP with you or getting CS, and both are fine with you. And yeah, that's about it.
So basically, once I get like first back and we have items and it's pretty hard to kill them, just try to focus this tower, shove in the wave, and get demolished procs.
Oh no, you keep going for grass procs until you have like probably. I mean, it's both. Like you're either going for a grass procs or demolish procs. You're playing runes basically at this point.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I will let you do your thing and focus. And yeah.
Perfect. I mean, don't worry either way. You can talk as much as you want. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, just don't forget to Q on CD, even on level 2. Like you don't even wanna look for the level 3. That's why we're going second win revitalize also.
I feel like I don't like the way he's playing this. Kind of weird. Echo is invading though, so I do. Ooh. Malphite is strong, bro.
I mean, you're stronger, no? Because he has no sustain.
I know, but he does so much more damage than I recall him doing.
Don't forget to press Q.
Yeah, I got you.
Nice.
Alright.
Okay, what do now with the wave?
I think I want to thin it. Actually, yeah, he's TP. I want to thin it and let it just stay here. I think this is thin enough. I just Q sustain now. Nice. He's just going to TP right back. Assuming he doesn't want to lose all the CS. Fuck, I got minion blocked. Looks like Echo's looking for regank. I actually can't help that very much. Woo!
Okay, that works.
He wins those. Oh my goodness, bro.
Okay,
that
what
was
now
so
with the
close.
wave?
I want to shove it in.
Ping Echo to help you then, maybe. It's fine if he doesn't. But...
Yeah, if Talon comes, we are done. I actually have no. I actually was not tracking Talon at all either, which is the
yeah.
worst part. I know Echo took his blue buff, but I mean Talon should be blue side, right? No, he's mid.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here you wanna go like tier 1 boots and then work on Hullbreaker.
I'd probably itemize Phage first, right? Best gold efficiency here, get a control word,
Mm-hmm.
and get right back. Pike is not happy? Oh, that's Fizz actually. And bot is going as I expected, so that was a good prediction.
Yeah.
They are not doing well.
Okay, so you're coming back top. What's your plan for from now?
I want to try to keep the wave nearby my tower and just keep grass trading him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ahead right now. He only got cloth armor, so he's still killable. I can give him another death. Should I still be spamming Q at this point?
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. Sorry, it's just like I'm so used to like keeping my rage up.
Oh yeah, I know. It's... But that's what makes you win, like the trades actually.
Oh yeah, 6. Doesn't matter though if he ults me, waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let him hit me just so the minions aggro. And I don't lose cannon that way. It does suck that I let him crash though. I don't think there was much I could do, because he had 6. I should have hit the other minion. I'm trolling.
Okay, what's the plan with the wave now?
I'm just gonna slow push it back, have a huge wave, go for a demolish proc for the lair.
Mm-hmm.
I also probably drop this control word down for Talon. I'll do it over the wall here.
So do you have any idea where Tannen is?
Should be blue side, right? That's what I'm thinking. No, he's mid actually. Talon's nowhere nearby, I should be able to get this lair. So I'll just walk down away from my wave.
But yeah, don't be scared. It's a fight.
I might have trolled a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
I should have got that auto. I'm gonna drop a control word on his blue side so you have good tracking. Actually, I'm gonna drop it right here. Hit that.
Okay. So
He's
what's your plan now for the next few minutes?
I mean, I don't really see roam potential mid, so I'm just gonna keep playing top.
Mm-hmm. Until when? Until what?
I probably want enough
Objective.
gold for a hull breaker here.
Awesome. That's the answer I was expecting.
Perfect.
Okay, so I mean I can say it from now, like early.
Oh, I'm getting bullied, bro.
Oh, you're not. You just press a few Qs and yeah, you're just trading HP for his mana. And
I think he's in a reset. Fuck. We do a little trolling.
mm-hmm. So what's the plan with the wave now?
I think I slow push again.
Yeah, casually bouncing waves. That easy.
I pushed a little too fast, but just keep one last inning. Oh, dude, I'm actually so bad at CSing now. I blame that on the rest, though.
It's fine. It's fine. Not the worst. Like as long as you're here for the waves and you're getting the experience, it's not gonna matter too much.
I can't really look. I'm just gonna fully crash this right now.
Mm-hmm. And then what?
Lair.
What does lair mean?
Like turret lair. Like the bounty on the turret.
Okay, okay. Ah, you don't call it plating?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just different, bro. That doesn't kill me, right? No way.
Yep.
You. Is he going for me? Nope. I think I have to reset. Nice. I'm not gonna get another control word, I'm too poor.
Okay, and now, bro, you're just gonna do the same, but it's gonna feel like so broken.
Yeah, he gets a tire? Alright, perfect. Yeah, also his trades are gonna suck against me now, hey?
Just keep in mind though that he has Bramble, right? So just press Qs outside of
After the EXE is gone?
Yeah.
Got you.
And that's about it. And now it's just like stat check, you know. That's the good thing about playing against Bramble though.
Fuck. It was not worth losing to cannon, GG. Alright, I'm just watching Echo. See what these guys are doing. I think Pyke's overextending here, big time. Trying to ping my MIAs. Looks like Malphite reset though, I'm gonna walk now. This guy's just fucking dead though. No way. Worth, I got the assist.
Okay.
I ready to get this in right now. I see Silas. That's not good at all. I don't have ulti, I don't really see myself being able to walk up right now. I just want to get this in. Now I'm going. I did not realize Morgana and Kaiser are here. I'm out of here. I'm up half down actually. Oh, do I really have to sacrifice my fucking flash, bro? I don't want to. I'm gonna greed this shit. Believe in me.
You have Overbreaker, bro. Like.
I did not want to fucking flash, bro. However, this guy's low now. Might be able to kill him actually if he overextends this. I'll hold the wave here and see what he does. I think he's resetting. I'm just gonna shove.
Yeah, don't forget that. Okay, you have Wall now, so it kind of affects like your playstyle. You have insane turret damage basically with your demolish, and we're getting closer to 14 minutes. So now the plan kind of like needs to be getting as many demolish procs and platings before the fade. Here you actually get 2 from that. Maybe 1.
So you see, maybe we get lucky. We got a cannon wave now. Might be able to force another one in front of him.
Yeah, so that's the whole point of this gameplay at this point, and from now on later, that the only way Malphite can prevent you from getting demolish procs, is holding the wave. If he holds the wave, you go for grass procs. You can press Q, you don't need your crit.
Yeah, my bad.
And
I don't like the way.
So yeah, if he's trying to hold you, grasp, and if he's not trying to hold, well, you just get the turret, you know.
Got you. He doesn't have minions to get to my turret. I think it's okay. Should I go boots here into?
I'd go Sheen. I'd go Sheen, yeah. Boots,
Gotcha.
yeah.
So I'm not that familiar with this build, so I'm slow as fuck.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm intervening a bit. So okay, once you're moving back to, can you press tab and like kind of throw some information? You know, what do you see regarding the
Price
state
is
of the game?
fed as balls, bro.
Yeah.
So the bot gap is real. I gotta be careful for that. It looks like Echo is performing though, which is good. Talon's super behind, not a big threat, but their bot lane's a big issue. As for Silas, I mean, Fizz isn't that behind, so not that concerned.
Okay.
So yeah, I gotta be really careful about their bot lane and avoiding them right now. I can't deal with them. It's not a bad trade.
Oh, you can't have bad trades now, unless you
Yeah,
try
it's
to go
actually going
for a
well.
long one.
Oh, he really does reset there. Okay. No, he doesn't.
And don't forget to Q.
Damn, the. Got you.
See, like gives you like 350 plus the armor that you have on top of it.
Kind of want to look mids, honestly, but I guess it's not no timing. I don't like the Kai'Sa was that deep.
Q. Yeah, exactly. And now that's why we go Shin, because he can hold it, but he can't. Q. I know it's unnatural, but yeah, you have to do it. That's why we go the runes and the build.
That makes sense.
What makes you strong. Okay, what now?
I want to try to get this wave fully in, but there's no vision, so if I see anybody, I'm out of here. If Talon comes though, I just body him, so it's fine. I'm backing up all the way. I'm ghosting. I guess I was overextended. Oh, just kidding, I'm out of here, bro. Calculated play. I definitely reset though, I'm not playing this. So we're going Triforce, right?
Yes. So,
Yep.
okay, where are you going now?
Mid. I want to go path through mid and try to play around Rift Road here. I want to see what happens. I don't think we're going to get Rift Road, but I'm going to just hover.
And
Otherwise, I'm
then,
going top.
okay, and wait up.
I just want to see what's happening here. Interesting. I think we can fight. Now we leave it. We don't have Echo. I don't see it being winnable. I'm just going back top to catch wave. I wanted to potentially look for it, but yeah, no, they had everybody.
Okay, so where you top here?
I want to just push this in and then rotate to mid probably. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, and why?
I want to catch next wave, and actually I probably should be recalling for bot, hey? Now that I think about it.
And as long as you tell me why, because like I'm having plans, but I'm
Because
not,
I
not
have...
having
Yeah, no, I have
explanation.
turret bot. I should be going for bot turret. Especially right now with all this happening. Oh boy. I get this clean up though. Yeah, that's actually my bad. I should have been bot. He has my ulti. Bro. Alright, let's clear out mid.
Okay, where to now?
Straight there. I'm not catching top. Ouch.
And why bot?
Yep.
So
Dragon's up soon too. I want to go for a tower though, I think right now. Otherwise, maybe dragon play if my team rotates. And if I have to fight, I'm gonna focus Kai'Sa with my life. I'm gonna go look at dragon, see what's happening here. Go for this plant too. Alright, let's see what's happening. That's actually free low. The fuck? Oh, I trolled that a little bit. Dude. Oh. Dude, I can't attack. Ooh, baby. Do I have to actually ghost? Fuck my life. Oh. I'm dead. Just kidding, I'm alive. Easy. Dude, I thought I wouldn't have to ghost that Malphite, but he has Iceborne. Alright, Triforce into what?
Triforce into, you can go Hydra if you feel like you need some push power. You can go for an armor pen item. I would go for a mortal remainder here. Or less they're just the less whisper for now.
Yeah, long sword anyways, but it works out. We got damage worth.
Okay,
I think I'm gonna go right back bot. Right back back.
Why though?
I need this tower. It's a bounty too. Plus, they might play Baron, and I might be able to punish. I don't know. We can't really win 5v5 at the moment. I don't think with what just happened. Like Ezreal's actually just a minion. Yeah, they're gonna go for Baron. It is what it is. I had no ulti. I couldn't even be here for this. It's just team overextended.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, what do I press? No joke. Yeah, this is tragic, bro. I'm gonna go for one more tower and then I have to reset because they're literally about to end the game.
Don't forget to use Q and E for Triforce. That's why you buy Triforce.
Oh yeah, Sheen.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Now boom Q. Yeah, so you need to keep your eyes on your Triforce and.
I think I go for
shields
one more, honestly. They don't end, right? I go for one more. GG. We can't get that one. Alright, I'm gonna pop this and just take a safe recall on red. You don't make these.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, what's your plan now for the next like few minutes?
Oh, item. Ravenous? Or
you can go Ravenous, yeah, you can go.
I
Just
think
buy your
I
own
feel like
sword,
we're
you
really
know.
Okay.
Yeah, Kraken won't do much. Like you're very rarely gonna hit like 3 autos in a row on someone. That's not what you're playing for. So where to now and why?
Actually, looking at objectives, I should be topside right now. I don't think I should be bot. This is the misplay. I wasted time. I lost minions. I should have been top. I want to play top because they still have the tier 2 tower, which is okay in terms of like how safe it is for me to catch it. And it's another bouncy. It'll just slightly increase our odds of like winning. I think. I do not want to fight right now. I have Hullbreaker too, right? Like there's literally no point in me fighting. However, I'm starting to feel legally obligated to recall right now. I'm legally obligated to recall. So I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This might be over. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, this game is tough on you. So yeah, with this setup, actually, when your team is like even slightly behind or ahead, it's free win. When they're that behind, like it's hard to be like the element that's gonna make your team win the game, basically. It's still not over. Who knows? Can happen.
I can't really go in. It's Morgana Q. I'm just gonna go in. Fuck this shit. I'm religious. I'm out of here. Alright, run it in.
Okay. Nice. I'm gonna have that perfect KDA, and we have some content, and also like I think I already have like a few things to talk about. If you feel like this game is too late, and because it was kind of a stomp for enemy team, let's see. Can you go on your match history?
Wait, I have one important question.
Yeah.
Who do I honor?
I mean, when I feel like no one is worth my honor, just don't honor anyone. You know?
Just get the arrow. Yeah.
If I feel like I should be the one honored, I consider that I honor myself and I don't honor anyone.
Let's
Okay.
see. This guy's only platinum. I'm not surprised though. Oh wow, these ranks are really low compared to last
I
time.
mean, it's new season platinum, so it's like last season, like high diamond. Like they just haven't played that many games, I guess.
Yeah,
So
no, the last games are
like
better.
you should be at the same MMR of the last game of the last split. Just like I haven't climbed to it yet. So I'm just saying if you have the replays available. Okay, they were played on the current patch because we just had the patch on the US. Okay, so you can stop sharing your screen. Oh, but all the games were so short though. 16 minutes, 23 here.
Yeah, no.
Can you scroll down?
Oh, these are arenas. These are arenas though. These are arenas.
Is there any other solo queue? If you scroll down.
This one, 25 minutes.
But the replay expired. Wait, you downloaded your replays to watch your games? But even the arenas. Oh no, it's just that it expired. Okay.
Yeah.
Just real quick, because I've seen like some people. I would just look at my chat real quick. I usually don't do it, but someone told me. I know you are not looking at chat, but before the next game, would like to ask you something? Question is, what is your game tag and region? I'd like to send you a ward. We can send a ward to someone. Have you heard about that?
No, I have not.
He said, please check wards after this stream. I just sent you a Riot fist bump ward. What the fuck is that?
I have no clue what he's talking about.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, I don't know what is, because my accounts are Chaddouk, Chaddouk 1, Chaddouk 2, Chaddouk 3, Chaddouk split only. There's Chaddouk in it. So I will check my wards. Thank you so much. I didn't know you can send a ward. Thank you, Elbizo. Thank you for the follow. And Lightning asking me, what are the secondary runes you use below Grasp for speed pushing? So I go Grasp, Demolish, Second Wind, Revitalize, and then I go Tenacity and Unflinching, Tenacity and Triumph. Yeah, basically that's it. Okay. Sent to Chaddouk 1. Okay, thank you so much. I mean, I will finish the session, of course, with PREXX, and then I will check it. Okay, so you can stop sharing your screen. I will start sharing my own. Boom, share screen 1. And I mean, I know exactly what I want to talk about. It's a bit unfortunate that the game didn't go longer, but I feel like if it went longer, the mistakes that I have seen would have been the same over and over again. Because most likely if there's like from one game, you can kind of know the mistakes that you're doing, you're gonna keep doing them in your games, and I will try to make sure that I convince you that these are mistakes, for what reason, and how you could, like, of course, find like alternative plays. Okay, so do you see my screen? Do you see me like watching the stream? Okay, really nice. So I'm gonna take it chronologically from the start to the end of the game, but I will give you like a bit of an introduction to what we're gonna talk about. So I mean, regarding laning phase, so matter of fact, like with this setup, like the laning phase is pretty straightforward. Like there's nothing too crazy, but I feel like even if you were in a more interactive matchup, like you had the slow push, freeze, wave 2, wave 3, like you have it covered up, you know, like you seem to have understand like the fundamentals of it. I only have one big issue, and there's like one big issue and one small issue. The one big issue is that your whole laning phase and wave management should be completely connected to jungle tracking. That's why jungle tracking is important as a top laner, because that's what makes you decide for a slow push, a freeze, etc. It should be always connected to your jungler and what he's doing on the map. And the enemy jungler, of course. So that would be my one issue for the early game, the only one I have. The smaller one would be like committing a bit more to your play. So sometimes you're slow pushing, but then you just hit auto attacks on minions for nothing. Like you're not like, yes, like just commit a bit more to a slow push should be as slow as possible, and the crash should be as hard as possible. That's why I kind of called for maybe ask Echo to help you push after the gank, etc. So that would be like the small issue that you can just like maybe just commit more to whatever play you're doing. But the biggest issue will be, of course, jungle tracking. And that's for early game. I mean, early game, I never like typed so little. I mean, I know it by coaching like someone like who reached like high diamond consistently. I knew that I would have less to talk about, which is fine. But then we go into mid-late game, and then I have coached like plat or gold players that like have better understanding of your mission, you know, as Tryndamere. so this is really good. That's a good news, because it's way harder to kind of like work on the early game and on the warding and on the team fighting and on the macro, rather than somebody telling you, bro, I've been watching your gameplay. Before 80 minutes, you can reach like you can reach masters 500 plus like with this. Like there's no issue about that. Like there's nothing crazy that guys in master plus do in laning phase that you wouldn't see coming. But then from 16 minutes and going on, like you just work on that, you just focus on that, you just understand your mistakes, and then you will have huge impact. Because I'm guessing you're going into mid to late game with the lead most of the time, or at least not being like too behind.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, you seem to be in control. So it's really good for you, really good. So first thing first, the thinking. I was not too happy about the thinking, because when you started doing the thinking, you told me about how you're gonna trade into Malphite, and you told me how like maybe Talon was gonna maybe impact your lane, but he's not gonna come too much. And then you tell me, yeah, that's what I can think of right now. And then I ask you to try to extend to your team. So the thinking, the way it has to be done, it has to be completely selfless. Or like selfish in a way, because by understanding how the teams function, you can understand better how you are supposed to function. What I mean by the thinking is you have to kind of imagine that you're not playing the game. You're an external observer. You're a coach. You're something. You're a caster, you know, and you're seeing these champions. And now you have to explain to someone watching the game how the game is going to play out as much as possible. Everything, every piece of information is so important. So I will tell you how I do the thinking and how you should start doing the thinking, because the higher you're gonna go, the more you're gonna face players who do that and do that like really well. So they will go into the game with a better understanding of how the game should be played out, and you will have to think about things during the game that they would have thought about already, and then they have more like brain processing power during the game than you have, if it makes sense.
No, for sure.
And it matters a lot. So the way I do it, the simplest way to do the thinking is you go matchup by matchup, boom, 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 boom. Then you go random skirmish at 15 minutes. Like how is it supposed to play out? Like do we have like big win conditions? Do they have big win conditions that are like pretty obvious? And then you go very, very late game. If we go into scaling, like does one team have a net advantage? And this way you can know that you can play the game very slowly, or you're forced to play it very fast because like enemy team has the scaling or something. Okay, so how I would do it this game? Tryndamere versus Malphite. So I'm not gonna go like junglers should not care about us. We're not gonna go crazy. I know that with this setup, I will win throughout like every stage of the game, basically. So how you force him to TP, or you put him low HP, etc. And then later, I own impact on side lane. The only issue is that Malphite has more impact than me on team fights. So I just kind of need my team to be able to respect him. So I will ping when he's not here. And if he's on side lane, I'm happy. If he's not, I'm happy also, because I can just demolish turrets with Hullbreaker Triforce. and my team just kind of need to respect the 4v5 and look to just defend the Nash. That's their whole mission. Do I have a good team to defend the Nash? Echo, Fizz, that's good enough, you know. Big Fizz fish in the Nash pit, Echo coming in, etc. Okay, then jungle, Talon, Echo, and that's a really good example of why you should do the thinking. Is here you're like, I don't really know too much about this matchup. And by realizing that you don't know about this matchup, throughout the game you might observe a few things and then realize that, oh shit, Echo completely shat on that, or Talon completely shat on that Echo, for example. And then you're like, okay, next time you see this matchup, now you know. If you don't like put your focus towards it, you're not gonna learn from it. You need to put your attention on it. So Echo, I would be like, well, Talon has an ignite. That's something for an invade. Maybe we can look for it. But he's playing for like early game pressure. It's a Talon. He has his passive. It looks like way more scary than Echo. But he probably has like less gank pressure still, because he has no hard CC, etc. Like if he ganks top, like he can just E out. If he ganks Fizz, he can just E out. If he ganks Ez and Pike, they can just E out. All of your E's are it's funny how all of your E's are dashes, by the way. But yeah, and Echo has a hard CC and a target that is very immobile. Okay, Malphite cannot really move, and he's gonna be the armor, and Echo is AP. So now we have one more like kind of win condition. Maybe Echo can get fed on Malphite. Okay, and then Talon after level 6 he can get pretty scary, but Echo is also pretty good level 6, so I'm not too afraid about that jungle matchup, but it can get out of hand if one guy gets a few kills, I think it's pretty volatile. And then Sylas into phase, well, it's Ignite versus Ignite, so maybe it can snowball one way or another. I don't think Sylas should be able to kill Fizz if he doesn't want to get killed, but I don't think Fizz should be able to kill Sylas if he doesn't want to get killed until level 6. And then level 6, Sylas will have Fizz ult, and Fizz would have Fizz ult, and then it's gonna be like whoever. Like I think it's a skill matchup in mid lane.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And again, if one gets a few kills, it can get out of hand because it's Ignite versus Ignite. So they will have a good wave, a crash, etc. And then they will be able to snowball, because if they have a level lead, the Ignite is going to do more damage. And just like, it's just pretty snowbally. Also, is Fizz good here? Squishy, 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 squishy. Okay, Fizz can be really good. Playing for him, it can be a good idea. And then Ezreal Pike, well, they can both be like sort of aggressive, but not the best. Like it's not like Pike Samira or something, but they can be like super safe because like they have like two of the longest dashes in the game. Into Kai'Sa, Morgana, which are more looking to scale, but then I'm seeing Ignite, hard CC, so you can still snowball and be pretty volatile, depending on, it's going to be scaled also bot lane. So I think from that we know that Echo should be playing mid or bot to enable our team, most likely, because I'm winning by myself. But also whenever he's pathing towards top, there's a free kill that can be taken before level 6. Then Malphite can just ult out. And then regarding a skirmish 5v5, Fizz ult, big condition, Pike CC, big condition, Echo W, pink, big condition. So Fizz ult plus Echo W can go crazy, but it's really hard to make function. And then for enemy team, Malphite ult, big condition, Talon one-shotting someone, big condition, Sylas with Fizz ult, big condition. And then very later in the game, Kai'Sa poke. And then the scaling, Ezreal has decent scaling, Kai'Sa has really good scaling, Sylas has really good scaling, Malphite has pretty good scaling, but you outscale still. So it's not too obvious, but I wouldn't want this game to go like too far, in my opinion. So I know like it probably took me like 4 or 5 minutes to say all of this shit, but it's because I'm telling it and I'm verbalizing to you. But if I'm looking at this, now I can do it in less than a minute because I've been doing it so much. This is going to be very important. You need to do that every single game and as far as possible. So I don't think there's like much information that I said that you don't know about or you couldn't have thought of. Did I?
Yeah. No, it all made sense.
Okay, they all made sense. So yeah, that's what I actually put on my notes if I woke up a bit. You're thinking self-centered, opportunity, you are knowledgeable. Like it sounded like once you started doing the thinking, like you know a lot of things. And the things that you don't know, you also you know that you don't know them, which is really good. So by applying focus, you're already like by default you're gonna learn things from every single of your game, and that's what's gonna matter. You know, if you want to climb to masters, you don't need to focus on your LP, don't need to focus on MMR. You need to focus on both your knowledge and your performance. And most likely, if you reach D1, you already have enough knowledge to get masters, but why not, you know, try to boost it, and then you boost your performance, and then by default the elo will come. Okay, so that was really important. And then going into the game, I mean, I was talking about the trade pattern, etc. So I was counting on you to do the jungle tracking, but then it was like completely devoid regarding the jungle tracking.
Yeah, there was no tracking, bro. I was like, yo, I think he might be blue buff. He was never blue buff.
Okay. By the way, see how so one little concept, or I mean, actually important concept that will guide you from early game to very late game is that, again, you need to be able to extend your thinking to what is our best play as a team. And if, for example, you're concerned about an invade might not be the best play because, yes, we have Pike. I mean, you never like really told me about Pike, but I guess you knew you had the Pike. But yes, we have Pike, which is a really good invade champion, but they have Morgana and they have a better level 1 from us because of Fizz, which is pretty weak because like Malphite can just E on 5 people and then you have no attack speed as a team, etc.
Yeah.
And they have Morgana, etc. And they have Ignite on Talon, like so many things. So we should either stack or like just cover and be safe. Then you should call for it, you know, right now. Like I would be pinging Morgana, I would be pinging Pike, and I would be typing. I mean, I like to personally invade in that case because I'm like, the team that's the most organized will win it. When you have CC support versus CC support, even if your team is a bit weaker level 1, I feel like the team that's stacked minute 1 as 5 and walking up first would win it. And it's very unlikely that 2 teams in solo queue are going to be perfectly organized, which is a bit sad in my opinion. But yeah, you need to kind of take responsibility and be the one like pinging. If you had the play in mind and you're like, they can invade, it's scary, we should either stack or cover, well, you should ping it, in my opinion. And it's gonna come again like twice, I think, in the game. So it's not a lot, but overall, like over 100 games, it becomes 200 or 300 times where you could have taken responsibility. And of course, you should never expect them to follow what you're calling for because it's solo queue and you're playing with monkeys. But you should at least make the calls. So I think that that's your responsibility.
Yeah, okay. Something like just ping Morgana, type care.
Yeah, something like that.
I think that's probably what I do.
Yeah. I'm sure you do it sometimes, but yeah, we need to do it all the time. Now, so let's go. So of course, because I don't have that much to talk about in the early game, and we have a bit of time in front of us, and also you want to get to like 200 LP plus, which is like pretty good amount of knowledge and performance, not LP. I would talk about everything that I can think of. I think you can understand every concept. So I mean, small things like for now already we can think a few things about the jungle tracking. You know, like the fact that Echo is starting top, meaning that most likely he's gonna do top to bot, right? He's gonna play for that bot scuttle, most likely for now. So most likely in your 1v1 you're gonna be, I mean, it's gonna be 1v1/1v2. Because Talon, we don't know yet where he started. So you need to have the wave in a position where when Talon is going to be topside, if you started bot already, you're safe. So now wave 2 crash, I think, like just because of that, my plan, which was a wave 3 crash before we started the game, and I asked you about it, I would probably swap it to either wave 2 crash, or if I still want to go still for wave 3 crash, when you're crashing the cannon wave, it's going to be close to his turret, the Malphite. I would ward, of course, the river, because then I'm kind of vulnerable to a Talon gank. Because Talon has Ignite, I would probably not want to go for a wave 3 crash, just because now I see that Echo is starting top, and I still don't know where Talon is. If then, before I go on the wave, I see that now I know that Talon is starting top, now I can go for wave 3 or even wave 4 crash again, and maybe go for a cheater recall for a cool, a longsword, or just like anything basically. But I know that I can be safer. So like that's what I mean by your wave management is dependent on the jungle tracking, and that's why jungle tracking is so important, because it has to be connected to whatever Echo is doing. What if Echo was starting bot and you know that Talon is starting top? How would you play your top wave?
If I knew Talon was starting top, I'd be wary of like a level 2 gank because I know Talon can pull that through the wall. So I'd probably just hold the wave or even let Malphite push towards me
Okay.
until enough time has passed for me to like get the wave going. Yeah.
Okay, but by this plan it means that you're letting Malphite push to you a bit because you're concerned about Talon level 2 gank, and then you're looking to push by the time Echo is gonna be top. So now you're just playing for Scuttle, which is uncontested because Talon is pathing to bot and Echo is pathing to top, so you get free Scuttle anyway. But now Echo cannot gank top. So I'll be like, I would try to hold the wave for 4 minutes or 3 minutes and try to just trim it as like just enough. That way I'm both safe from Talon, but also Echo can come and gank when he's top. See what I mean? It's always connected to our junglers. Now, two little things. I would never I think that in the last 100 games, I have given like 3 leashes only. I don't like leashing for my jungler. And I don't think you should like it either. I mean, 2 reasons. The first obvious one is that on Tryndamere you cannot fake leash because you're gonna have Fury. So by leashing, you're giving them the information 100%. My Echo is starting top. They have like no doubt about it, which is a bad thing. Giving like the 5 of them the information on your own jungle tracking. And also the other thing is like Tryndamere doesn't have the best leash in the game. Also, like it doesn't matter too much. And also into Malphite, you talked about crashing first 3 waves, but now you're not going to be there first on the waves if he's not pulling. So you're like completely missing your plan. So if you want to leash, something you should do is hit the blast cone first. There's a blast cone here. You hit it at 123. This way you have Fury. It's 5 Fury, I know. Doesn't sound like much, but it can make the difference between having a crit or not on the buff. So that's a small thing, but that's important. Still, of 200 leashes, it's gonna matter a lot. So, but still, like I wouldn't want to leash if I want to play for grass procs, if I want to play for the push, if I want to play for my demolish procs, if I don't want them to have information on Echo. For all of these reasons, I wouldn't be leashing here. I will only leash in 2 cases. Case 1, I have like something like a Sejuani or Nunu jungle. Because Sejuani, you know, like she's gonna have her W, so auto attacks matter a lot because she gets more Ws. Nunu gives attack speed to whoever is close to him. Jarvan also. So now it matters a lot that you're there because the leash like enables their clear by a lot. And also I would do it when I know that I don't wanna contest the prio. I don't want to be pushing at all, and it doesn't matter if they know where my jungler started. But it's like very rare cases that all of this happens. So yeah. Also a little trick, so it's something that, because you haven't playing a lot, this is surprising because it used to be, the red buff used to hit the champion closer to him. And at some point they changed something and they didn't even say it in the patch notes, that now the buff, they hit the first one who hit them. It changed for no reason. They just changed it. And now, because you're the first one who hit your auto attack, now it hits you when it used to hit the Echo. So it's a small thing to know, but
no, when I took that hit I didn't expect it either. I was like,
same for me for a few games, and then I realized, oh, they changed it. The fuck. Okay. So you see already we have things to talk about before the game even started. We have things to talk about. And now let's try to do jungle tracking in this game. So looking back at it, where do you think Talon started?
If I had to guess right now, I mean, I would think he'd start. I would guess blue side, just because I think he'd want to play for bot.
Okay.
Or mid.
Okay, but you have no information for sure, right? Like you cannot, you don't know yet where Talon is.
My guess would be blue, but yeah.
So regarding the jungle tracking, so of course it's good like to have a guess, etc., and to have an idea of where he should be starting. But here, yes, Malphite came a bit late, but Malphite started Q and he didn't use mana, so maybe like, and his shield is full, so you cannot really know. Maybe he pulled with auto attacks, maybe he fake pulled, maybe he didn't pull. Like you cannot know for a fact. And then bot lane was here early, so probably the Talon started leashes, and you see how already at 148, because of that pull you've given, now whole enemy team knows or is supposed to know where Echo is, and your whole team doesn't know where Talon is. So they already have a flat advantage. Just because of that. Maybe it doesn't matter too much in these games, but it's gonna matter more and more the higher you go.
That makes
Okay,
sense.
and if you don't know where the jungler is, I think the most consistent way of playing Tryndamere and playing your champion is to consider that you're in danger, basically. So if you think there's a potential danger of a level 2 gank from Talon, which I think is not too scary, by the way. So yes, you can hop over the wall, and then what? He comes to you, and then you just E out.
Yeah,
And
that's true. Their kill
that's it,
potential
you
is not
know.
high.
Like he doesn't have a hard CC. If he's only level 2, so it means he used E to hop, so all he has is a Q or W, which doesn't do shit. He can't proc his mark, he can't proc his passive. I don't think Talon level 2 is very dangerous. I think Jarvan level 2 is dangerous. I think Twitch level 2 is dangerous. I think Shaco level 2 is dangerous. Talon level 2, meh. Talon level 3 I would be a bit more concerned because he can proc his passive, basically.
Makes
Anyway.
sense, yeah.
So a bit of a particular way of playing Trynd this way here. So I'm not gonna be too harsh on you with it because it was the first time. But basically, like I will be like just obsessed with my grass proc. So here I have a grass proc. So I will be waiting, of course, for this minion to die, and I'm looking to E in auto. Like here, these two minions are like E in auto instant. Get my first grass proc because here you lost all of this time of grass proc. Like yeah, it's a bit stupid. It's more like you're playing a mini game. You're not playing League, you know.
Yeah, makes
But
sense.
it is what it is. But now you see how you had a plan, and already you didn't execute your plan. So you wanted to have the wave pushing, but he gets the level 2 advantage. You wanted to crash wave 3, but now the wave is pushing to you. And still it's working because Echo like kind of reacted to it, and now Echo is invading. And now we have information that Talon was bot side. Were you conscious about that right now? At this point, that just not even Talon position, but just the fact that Echo is invading here.
I only noticed the Echo invade when he got blue.
Okay. So one thing about League in general, I don't like the advice that tells you need to look at minimap every 5 seconds. I think it's shit. I think it's not a good advice. Because not something is happening every 5 seconds that matters to you. What I think matters is looking at minimap for particular information that's going to make a difference for your play. So here, like for example, like if Talon was here for the gank and is bot, would it impact your play top? Probably yes. The fact that you know that you're safe or not, or if you see him mid and then you see him going top, it will probably impact your play. If it impacts your play, then you should like keep an eye on minimap. So here, for example, like it's not like you're last hitting any minion. So it could be like important to just throw an eye, because here you have so much information. Here the information you actually have is that Talon didn't start top. So Talon started bot. And now after doing bot, what can Talon do? He has only 2 options. Actually 3. What are those?
Gank mid, gank bot, or path into his blue side.
Can he gank bot?
He could even yeah, sorry, I couldn't see very well.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
no, he can't gank bot right now. So he'd probably I think the 3 options he has is look mid, maybe invade blue side because he has ignite, so he should be able to 1v1 Echo if he can catch him there, or just go to his blue side.
Okay, really good. So now, okay, I'm not gonna do it for the whole game because it's gonna take forever. But for example, this is for this game. What if he invades blue side? What if we have information on him invading blue side? How does that impact us top?
If he invades blue side, it means I can play aggro against Malphite, look for a kill, and try to get the I'd probably look for a kill.
By yourself?
Keep trading. By myself? No, but I'd be a lot more. I mean, I guess Echo's in his blue side.
Put yourself in Malphite's perspective.
Malphite's perspective. I mean, I just want to like trade him more, whittle him down, and maybe ping Echo for a gank, looking at his position currently, and try to keep the wave here. Yeah.
Yeah, basically what happened, like the wave is pushing to you. Malphite has to crash the wave, he has to fix it. But now his jungler is not there, and your jungler is there. He's fucked. Like, he can back TP, come with full HP. Like, Malphite is completely fucked. And that's exactly what happened. You kill him twice here because of that. Now, if you gank mid, how does that impact you?
If he ganks mid, I mean, I feel like it would depend on how it would be this strat. if Echo is like nearby top, I guess. I actually don't know what to say, to be honest. If you went mid.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, if you went mid or back top, it's kind of the same thing, because now there's kind of an issue is like you don't exactly have the prio. You have the wave in a good spot, but you don't exactly have the prio. It means that because the next wave is this wave is a canal wave, next wave is not going to be a canal wave, and they're going to meet around here most likely. The next wave, if you don't trim them too much. If you trim them, it's going to meet here. So now like you can move, you can afford to leave your lane and create a 3v2, but you don't have that much time because the wave is going to crash soon. Malphite cannot really move, but still he can be there first. Malphite doesn't need like too much gold and experience to function. All he needs is level 6, a few items, and then Ooga Booga ult on your team, you know? So if there is a play, it depends like of the outcome, but it means that if he's going mid, most likely, or he's going top, most likely he's gonna play for this scuttle. So now you need to put yourself in a position where you can help it. So either by having a freeze that you can still like leave and go there, or prevent Malphite from going, or by pushing the wave again, and this way you have prio and you can go there basically. So,
okay, that makes sense.
So those are the things I will be looking for during my game always. Is what's the situation of the. That's why like being selfless makes you selfish actually. By understanding how it's working with the 8 other players in the games, you know how he wants to play and you want to play, and then you can make your plan according to it. So what you did this game was really good. Like the early game, all you did, like the setup, etc. But the only issue is it was done without intention. You know, it was kind of it kind of happened when what you need to be looking for is that make things happening. You know, and I feel like actually we're at 2542. It's actually something that I end up writing on my pad here is. Up. Yeah, here you say, see what's happening. You actually say it. That's what you're thinking about. That's how you're making your plan. I'm going bot, and then I will see what's happening. So you're kind of being driven by the game, you know, like how the other guys are playing it out. Then it will decide how you're playing it out. When you need to be the one making things happen, basically. So I will show you again how to exactly do that, especially in the mid to late game. But you see our early game already you can make it happen. Like here, for example, you made it happen, but not on purpose. Like this, if it was done on purpose, would be perfect. But because it just kind of happened, was just really good and not perfect, you know.
Yes.
But you see that your plan was fine from the start. Because the wave would have been that spot anyway at that point if you crash the first waves and bounce back to you, etc. Now we kill. Now we crash. And at that point, yeah, we're still like you didn't have, like we actually have the information on where talent is most likely, but you didn't have it. So in that case, you should like probably ask for help to push that wave. Now we're backing, we're coming back. I actually like I used to go here. Wait, do you have the goal for it? 9, 12, 50. You actually have the call for pickaxe and longsword, no? Am I bad at math? Am I terrible at math? I think I am. Yes. No, actually I'm not. Okay. So I would usually go for pickaxe and longsword for maximum amount of AD, but actually thinking about it, I think Phage gives you HP after you traded, and it might be a good power spec actually to go Phage here. After the physical damage, restore like HP over 6 seconds. Plus you have Revitalize in Second Wind. So I think it might be good. But you get way more AD by going pickaxe and longsword.
No, for sure.
If you wanna look to put Malphite low. But it's kinda the same because now with Fate you have more HP, so you can trade more and get more of his HP. I would try it actually, but like by default I would have thought of going pickaxe longsword. Okay. So now like the only issue we've had actually when you think about it, it's just like, so you've played close to perfect, but you just didn't do it on purpose, you know. So that's the issue we have. Now let's see. So what would be the plan here? Trim the wave, right? Even if like now Malphite gets 6 and shit. So maybe the best way to do it will be sonic basically. So you have information. You have a set of information. Based on that information, you make a plan, and then you need to use your mechanics to make that plan happen. Then either the plan happened or did not happen. but in both cases you have a new set of information, so you can make a new plan and try to use your mechanics. So here, if your plan is to trim the wave, how can you can I use your mechanics to make it happen?
Like here. I mean, the best thing I could think of in this situation is to like auto, like if I could have earlier than this, like auto the casters, like one or two of them, then it spin out as Malphite autos me to execute them.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have even, so it's actually, it's a mistake that I do myself, like in that situation a lot. But here, actually, what you need is like to make this less powerful. This is way too powerful at that point. This is way too much push power, which is going to be added to the next wave. And by in order to trim this push power, you don't even have to kill the minions. Like damaging them will already take some push power from them, because now they're closer to being killed. So actually, like using your next E, right? Like you could like auto here, walk bot, press your next Q, and then E away this way. Walk in, and then you E this way, and that way with your A damage, you'll damage all of these minions and the cannon also.
Yeah.
Even if you don't last hit them, all you need is like to make this less powerful. So that could help. And this way, on your next E, then you can last hit them. Last hit them probably. And we're not even too concerned about Malphite ulting, because like he doesn't have the damage, and then he would just have no ult. And also, this is happening on the map. So I mean, at that point, like I don't really know how aware you are of the situation, but you have mid prio, the jungler is dead, and there is a big fight in your bot side. You know, it's a pure 1v1, so shouldn't be too concerned. I don't know why, and here you actually want him to hit you. So if I put the sound, you tell I want him to hit me. So my minions focus him, but this only makes the wave push to you faster.
Oh, I didn't want to lose the cannon though, because the minions are hard focusing the cannon, so I wanted them to hit me so that the cannon wouldn't die.
Ah, that's why. Okay. No, okay.
It was a little bit of greed though, like it's just thinking about the gold.
Okay, so I don't think you could have prevented that from crashing anyway, even if you eat, etc. The whole point is it's getting into the category where if you have a plan with your wave, you need to commit to it. If you want to trim, you need to trim. If you want to slow push into slow push, if you want to hard push into hard push. And here, for example, now you're slow pushing, right? So let's see if you slow push as hard as possible. So boom, let one more turret shot go before you auto this minion.
Oh.
Boom, boom, one more turret shot. You see how you
so
already
really make it that slow.
Yeah, because now, because of that, this wave, instead of meeting here, it would have met still under your turret. So the next wave, instead of meeting here, would have met here. So you can actually slow push one more with it, giving you more time to base, more time to get a demolish proc, more time to maybe go and invade with Echo. Because here again, like it's all the same. Now I'm seeing like Echo is top side. If the wave was on my side, I would call Echo to maybe go for a gank, go for a gank. And if my wave is pushed in, what can we do? Now Echo is top side, but we're pushing. So what are our options? Not even this game, like in general. Your jungler is top and you're having the wave pushed.
I mean, other than going for layers, the only other thing I could think of is just invading, because I have prow. And the wave shoved in, Malphite can't really rotate without losing a bunch of XP and gold.
Now, maybe by putting yourself in your opponent's shoes, it could help. Because see how, if Malphite was pushing to you and Echo was top, we would call for a gank. So why Malphite would not call for a gank when the wave is pushing to him and you're up, you know? Because here, you want to crash the wave. So they can try to prevent you crashing the wave. So a few things you can do. Actually, I'm going to add 4. It's either help crash the wave in some matchups where you can do it. Counter gank. If you're in a position where the enemy jungler can't come, boom, boom. Well, now he counter ganks by lane ganking maybe, or just like coming this way. Then invade or dive. Like you have all of these options. And if the wave was pushing to you, it could be ganking, or I mean that's about it, or covering a dive. So yeah, ganking or counter diving, and that's about it basically. You have less options if the wave is being pushed to you. That's why if you, I don't know if you watch pro play, or not.
No.
No? Well, okay. Well, in pro play, like they would try to always have the prio when the jungler is playing on one side because they just have more options that by not having the prio, basically.
Interesting.
Up, 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 up. So now, yeah, and if you did the slow push, you would get one more wave here, more time after this cannon, more time to base, more time to do everything. And yeah. So here, I mean, we have two options. Once we did that, I would consider either basing, because you have a timing to base, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not the longest, or getting information, which is fine also. And if we're not basing, the plan should be to look for our hole breaker, because we're getting very close to it. So that's really nice that you told me that. I'm concerned that you only told me that because I asked you about it, but still it was it was the right plan. So now we have information on them, and now we kind of want to trim the wave again. So let's see. Okay, he keeps getting crashes, kind of for free. So let's see how we could prevent that. So right now, to see if you actually like completely understand it, how much could you trim that wave so it still pushes to you? How much
I mean,
how many
I could
minutes
get
could
rid
you
of
take
2
here?
warriors.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think just the 2 warriors. I wouldn't go more.
Okay. Now again, put yourself in Malphite shoes. If you want to hold a freeze, so you don't want the wave to push to Tryndamere, you want to hold the freeze. How many minions do you need here? How
Oh, I
many
see.
blue? How many
If Malphite
blue
wanted to freeze on
minions?
me,
Yes, needs to have a freeze on you.
he like 6.
Yeah, because he maybe even more. Like he needs 4 extra minions than what he has to hold the freeze. But now he has 2 less minions. Then like actually here my point is you could take these minions and these minions. It will still push to you.
Mm.
Malphite cannot hold a freeze with 2 blue minions. It's not enough. Like here, do you agree with that?
Yeah, no, I agree 100%.
Okay, so why can you only kill 2 melees? You know, like you have the math, you have the information, but these minions, you could even clear them with these 2, because the next wave up, you have your next wave coming here, so his next wave is here, so it's gonna get hold on those 2 minions for a bit, and then it's gonna push to you. It's already pushing to you. So if you want to thin the wave, you can start hitting, and you could like make these minions disappear. It's still pushing to you. Does it make sense?
Is this to like get another wave crashing on him so I can get more demolish procs? Is
I
that
mean,
like the end goal?
no, it's just the end goal. I mean, you could into like you could actually perma push and perma go for grass bugs and look to go for demolish bugs. But the end goal is just that this doesn't happen.
Oh, do not get the wave crashing on me. Okay.
Yeah, because you keep giving him free crashes. He keeps like being able to crash the wave because you're not thinning it enough. Because now look at that, all the minions he had, because you wanted to like keep the casters alive. And now boom, he has a crash, and now he has a timer to reset for free. And now you're the one, like he could have backed here. I don't know why he doesn't back. Probably he doesn't, like he's waiting for a night time or anything. But you're giving him a good wave. Now he has like the good wave. It's freezing to him. So yeah, like you need to like understand more like how much you can thin the wave and actually go for it, because it kept happening during this game. Every time it was pushing back to you, you never actually was able to hold a good freeze. The only time it happened is actually because Echo came, and now I'm actually concerned that if Echo didn't come, you would actually like let the Malphite crash the wave here on level 4. So yeah, maybe like you need to be back in this situation and realize that even these 3 CS are not even enough for Malphite to hold a freeze. If you're in his position, you would want 4 extra CS to be able to hold a freeze. You know that you've been holding freezes, I'm guessing, to get to diamond. So yeah, realize that here you could even, so you need to start hating this minion. Like here you're not doing anything, you're not achieving anything.
Yeah. I guess I was just worried. I haven't really burst new Malphite once since he like buffs, so I was overestimating his strength most likely.
Okay.
I just scared the solo bolo.
Okay, I get it, but like even like you can still like like he's not gonna 100 to 0 you. You still have your E, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. And now we have a slow push, but we're gonna still like hit some auto attacks, I think.
Yeah, I do extra autos because I'm just autopilot mode.
Okay. So I mean, you know it. That's good. And now you know, so this wave could have been here, so you have more space to actually like look to crash it. And we're playing for Demolish proc, so these guys are coming, but I find it fun. I mean, it's just that you're maybe not too used to play this playstyle, but here I would be obsessed about like hitting my Demolish proc while going out. Like I know that Talon is gonna end up coming, etc. But I would just ult, go like walk topside now and look for. I mean, okay, he can look to kill you, but just before. But I mean, it's not a big deal.
No,
just
I
like,
do see what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, just understand that, yeah, we're playing for this. That's what you're playing for.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of root unfamiliarity, just because I haven't run like Grasp in so long. But yeah, no, that is definitely a mistake. Though.
Yeah. So a few unnecessary autos again when we're pushing. But now so now we have a situation, a particular situation, where we're playing topside. The team is playing topside. I like that you hover and you try to look if you can be helpful, etc. I have my hull breaker. I am not looking to team fight. I will be again obsessed to crash this wave as fast as possible. This way, even if the enemy team looks to go safe under turret, well, you have the wave pushed in. And this way I can get like with a demolish and hull breaker, you can get 2 platings, which is a kill. So yeah, it just like once you go for like here, I would not even go for this. I know it sounds like super selfish and maybe like stupid or int, but that's what I'm playing for. That's why I'm building Hullbreaker and I'm going Demolish.
This ended up being a terrible move by me because Morgana and Kaiser were here. It was a complete waste of my time.
Yeah, and other than that, like you need to realize like, you're really weak. Still, in a long fight, in a skirmish, you're actually like, pretty worthless because you don't have your resistance from Hullbreaker, but then you don't have damage, but then you don't have attack speed. So yeah, that's not what we're playing for. I feel like this was a weird flex to go bot. Like, can't you just walk up? you're still ghosting for like 7 seconds, 8. So
I was thinking Morgana was in the river pathing topwards at this moment, so I was like, oh, maybe if I go bot, it'll be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, the thing is, so it's new ghost. I don't know if you read the patch note that with new ghost, you don't have the reset on it, but it lasts for 15 seconds. Do you know that?
No, that is a weird change.
Yeah, so it used to be 10 seconds, but then it resets for 4 seconds.
So they buffed Tryndamere's laning phase, but nerfed his team fighting with that.
Yeah, exactly. That's okay. You understood that. So yeah, early on it's way stronger. You can even use it like as a sort of TP to come back to a wave to freeze it, because like you come back so much faster. You can pop it here between the 2 turrets, and you will still be ghosting here. So you can use it for so many reasons. You can start ghosting here when someone is pushing your turret, so you come way faster, and then you're still ghosting when he comes and he doesn't have the time to react. Like yeah, early game is like way stronger, and then of course it falls down later in the game. But still, it's an up overall because you use more ghosts early than. I've watched games and looked at how many times did they actually use the resets, and how many times would have used 5 more seconds, and it's an up, basically. So yeah, because of that, maybe if you had that in mind, how strong new ghost is, like even if Morgana is coming, you're still ghosting you still have like 8.5 seconds of ghost here. Anyway, it's still working because you have Hullbreaker, so you can just like do that and come, and even if you didn't dodge that Morgana Q, like you just auto him for grasp, he out at some point. Yeah, that's how Hullbreaker is like. Wait, so strong. Yeah, when your team is actually not there, you see, that's when you're actually. I mean, you know it, but yeah.
100%. I should have papped out there. And when I look at the VOD too, my ult was up in 3 seconds at that exact moment. Like there was no way I died. The bot path was scuffed because I also didn't know where Silas was either. I don't think I wasn't paying attention to that. So if he was up, I could have died doing bot pathing.
Yup. So this is. I mean, here, so we're getting the plating. And again, I don't know where we're going about here. Forcing yourself like to proxy that, like you can still like go from top side. I mean, maybe you were concerned of being ulted on the turret.
My logic here was I want the proxy to swave in so that I could get a free reset.
Okay. So as long as you have a reason for the things, and also it's fine because Drake is spawning, so most likely they're playing bot enemy team. So for that reason, I'm really fine. But then you can actually finish these minions. Like you're really not concerned about this Malphite. By the way, even if Malphite ults you and trade ults, is it bad or is it good?
It's like neutral. I thought it wouldn't really matter.
Does
I don't know.
enemy team
know if
need
it's
more
good.
Malphite ult, or does your team need more Tryndamere ult to win as a team?
Yeah, no, they need Malphite ult's much more game changing.
Yeah, especially on a Drake timer. Maybe Malphite, I don't know if he has his TP at that point, but you're concerned about Malphite TPing, ulting. Now, if he used ult, like he's nothing. He's worthless. But now, like you know that, yeah, there's a Drake being played out. So trading ults is actually really good here.
Okay.
Okay. Now surely we're gonna get this first turn. Oh, by the way, when we talk about taking responsibility and making the calls and not reacting to what your team is doing, let's see what happens here at 12 minutes. Up. Okay. So this, I'm gonna get there. 6 minutes respawn actually. So Echo is pinging Rift, and now your team got Rift. Now let's press pause. What do you think would be a good Rift here?
Top lane.
Why?
Because we have 2. We can dive him and get the tower even.
Okay. Ping it. You see, that's my whole point. Like, you need to kind of be also thinking about like how to win the game as a team, and try to like ping what's gonna make you win the game as a team. So if you think that here you can get T1 plus the platings on top side, you should probably ping it. Like, I think like Rift mid is never bad because mid turret is mid turret. But if you think that top is better, and that's what you just told me, you should ping it. If you think that mid is better, you should ping it, you know. And might happen again on next Rift. Oh, I don't think you get it actually. Okay.
The next Rift is taken from them. Yeah, we don't get it.
Okay, so this happens. The Drake is spawning. Going top. Well, here actually, let's okay. Now we're we're going into mid to late game. Let's say it's starting.
Oh
it's
yeah, this is where it all starts getting bad.
and it starts getting bad. But I spent a lot of time on like early game and all the games because some of them like still played throughout the whole game. But then mid to late game, it's only like one big mistake that keeps happening again and again. So here, let's take maybe a bit before. What's the objective on the map? I'll ask you a series of questions.
I mean,
what's the objective here that can be played?
Dragon.
Okay, Drake. Can you take it as a team? Can you contest for it? Can you have any impact as Tryndamere to take that Drake?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so they're taking it most likely. Like, they just killed you. Drake is gone.
We have Hull Breaker. Ain't no way.
Yeah, so at this point, Drake is gone. Okay, so if your Drake is gone because they killed you and they have Kaisa and they're gonna take it so fast, and you think like they just take it, what's gonna be the following objective on the map?
Mid tower? I mean, probably.
I mean, yeah, turrets are always there, but then the objective like that kind of spawns. What's gonna spawn next? Like Herald or Drake or next Drake?
Oh yeah, Herald.
Yeah.
So that's like in 3 minutes.
Okay. So how do you impact for Herald? What's your best way of helping your team on Herald? Because that's the objective we're gonna play for. It's too late for Drake.
2 minutes in vision.
Sorry, what?
I was thinking like, well, the 2 things I could think of is, well, siege the tower, get rid of top tower, have the wave shoved in for Prow, and then get Scuttle.
No. Okay, really
No.
good. That's where you're very wrong in your understanding of what you should do as Tryndamere. Most of the time, not even once you have Hullbreaker, you just go bot. You just go bot. You have Hullbreaker and Sheen. Why? You need to understand why we're playing. And even if you're not playing Hullbreaker and Sheen, let's say you're just playing Tryndamere and you're playing Lethal Tempo, Kraken, whatever. Even if you have 3 items as Tryndamere, here you're telling me you would go top, look to get that top turret, look to get scuttle, look to have vision. So by the time this is gonna spawn, you're gonna be around top, and you wanna be top to impact it. But now it's a 5v5, and it's Malphite team fighting versus Tryndamere team fighting. Especially in a game where you're already slightly behind. My point is, even if you're Tryndamere and not playing Hullbreaker, etc., I will still go bot. And if Malphite comes, then I out-rotate. And maybe he TPs, and then it's TP's ult. It's TP ult, and you cannot do anything about his TP. And if they don't come to you, it's T1, T2, and you can even start hitting on that T3, maybe. And this is going to be really important because after next Drake, well, the most important objective that's going to happen at some point would be Nash, and bot turrets and bot inhib are super important for Nash because that's how you want to impact a Nash. But we're going to get there. So here, my point is...
At this exact like recall, you go straight bot.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Because I don't want... Because here, like, we're going to see the series of action that happen. Like, you don't want to be there top lane as Tryndamere, like, especially with Hullbreaker and Sheen, but as Tryndamere in general, like, you don't want to just be there and create a 5v5. You're so weak in a 5v5 situation. Especially into Malphite or into Ornn or into like that kind of tank matchups or Maokai, where they just like press ult and they are more useful than you by a ton. If your team is hard winning, if you're hard winning a 5v5, that's what you should be doing. I would agree that you can just go there and 5v5 if you're hard winning it. So this way you don't put your team at risk of playing a 4v5 if you're going bot. Okay, why not? Still, the best option would be to go bot, bring someone, out-rotate, so at least they will have to TP and ult, so that way Malphite would have no TP for the next Drake. And even if you can't play that Herald, which you couldn't even if it doesn't TP, well, at least you can go top for the next Drake, and then Malphite is stuck there. But now let's see, by going top, now your team has to go bot, and now your team is bot, and now your team is bot, and now your team is bot. So now we have zero control over Herald, Vision, mid prio, etc. And now your team is still bot, and now you're still top on Herald, and your team... And now it's...
I couldn't even get the turret either.
I mean, you actually could... like, all you need is a bit more time, but also I think you could have done it a bit better. But I mean, this is like just getting a bit more grass procs, and but you see, like, over time you're still beating him, and you end up getting the turret at the end of the day. But now, so we get the turret, and now we're still top, and now of course they can collapse on you. Like, of course they can collapse on you. Oh, by the way, yeah, that was a mistake by itself. Like, even if you're here at that point for some reason, now Herald is spawning, so of course they're gonna be playing topside now.
Yeah.
So crashing this wave is super dangerous because you have a Herald in 30 seconds. So before Herald, they wanna set a Vision on Herald, and here you're giving them a free defense on you, plus they can go for Herald.
Yeah, there I was ready for the collapse, but I thought I'd be able to react in time no matter what. But then the Malphite ult was indeed the flash ult got me.
I mean, you were, but now look at boom, Herald is spawning, and now where are you applying pressure? What are you doing for this Herald? You're in base when Herald is spawned. So that's your way of play of helping your team for Herald.
Do I path back top here, or do I actually correctly go bot?
Wait, why correctly go bot?
I feel like here this is the bot play though, to go for the towers now.
No, PREXX, come on.
What?
What's the objective on the map right now? There's Herald, right?
Dragon?
Does your team take Herald? Can your team take Herald right now?
No,
you lose it. So where's the next objective?
A dragon.
So
but I want the bot tower, bro.
For what? You see, I mean, hopefully I'm not being too harsh here. Like, of course, like a coaching has to be a roast in some way, you know.
No,
But
that's fair, don't worry.
I really want you to understand like how bad it is, because now, okay, let's just play it. Okay, I mean, now we're going top for a herald that we're not defending. Okay, we end up going top, and now we just apply pressure. I think. Okay, so for example, now you have two ways. Like, you could keep pushing and you beat the Malphite, but you need a lot of time. But here your team is losing. But you can base, because now this happens. This is good. Because now look, Malphite is stuck there. Malphite is pinned.
True.
And now you create a number advantage. Now you can go bot if you want to. Why not? Even if it's not the best play, because here, like, you kinda like, this works because they kinda int it, like your team was are losing, but I understand
almost died there.
Yeah, but I understand that you can maybe want to defend like the mid turret, the mid inhib, etc. Why not? But you see, that was good because you went opposite to the objective, and now look at that. If your team was alive, or your team like could all actually like be looking to maybe contest that, and now Malphite is top. That's really good. That's one way of doing it.
The better play.
Yes. So now to impact this Drake, what would I do here personally? Okay, what would you do here? Drake is spawning in 10.
What are so let me look at the timers. 10, we lost Drake, it's over. I'll just push in bot wave, go for tower. Go for a sneaky tower as I get Drake.
Okay, I mean, I don't think Drake is over, because Silas is dead, Malphite is top, your ADC is respawning, and you have Peck and Fizz like moving with you. It's only 3 of them here, and it's 3 of you here, 3 versus 3, and now you're gonna have S soon, so it's gonna be 4 versus 3, and then Echo is actually gonna come.
Spawn timer is late.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna spawn right on time, but like, if you can delay a bit the Drake, maybe it can work as a team. It's not your role. It's not Tryndamere's mission. Oh, Peck was really low. Okay, I thought Peck was okay. Peck is really low. Okay, maybe Drake is gone here. So if Drake is gone, what should you do? Where should you be? What did you say?
Bot lane. They're all gonna reset after Drake as long as I'm not doing anything too crazy bot lane. So I should be able to get tower.
Okay, bot can be a fine play here because you're already there. I will be pressuring that mid turret actually. Reason is, if they come to you, it means that they're not on Drake. Really good. If they don't come to you, well, you just get that mid turret, which is like guaranteed. Like now bounty and also mid turret is super important. And then of course after Drake, like they can very much try to collapse on you. And if they kill you, it can be very dangerous because now Nash will be spawning. But I think you could be pretty safe. Like all you need is a demolish proc on this mid turret, and then you can escape through top side, and you still have your flash, etc.
Now I think about it, I think mid tower is slightly safer action than being bot.
And you see, actually, they didn't have the time to. Yeah, they're not on Drake yet. But now, because now you're pushing bot, which is
look at that Kai'Sa int though, yeah. Crazy.
Yep. And so here my whole point is, maybe now you can observe it, how look at your impact actually. So here you're here and you get 2 kills, etc. But look at the actual damage output, or like even pressure or anything. Like just look at what you actually do. So this kill was already taken, right? Now let's see. 1 auto 70 damage, 1 is 80 damage. Zoning a bit the Morgana, which like still want to space, like instead of spacing here, she would be spacing here. Another auto. Okay.
I did nothing, bro.
155, 80. So I mean, it's not your fault. It's Hullbreaker Tryndamere with 2k gold. I mean 2k gold because you got the shutdown. Now imagine if you are just pushing mid, you get 2 turrets here. Because you're so strong with it. So and even if you're playing not Hullbreaker Trynd, I think into Malphite, like you're still so useless in those team fights. It just ease you, and then hey, yeah, you have no attack speed. Good luck, you know. So
look at this last hit though.
Okay, maybe that kill you wouldn't have gotten it. But yeah, and it still doesn't give us Drake. Drake is gone.
True.
And that's it. So we didn't get turrets and we didn't get Drake. So we didn't even trade the objective for something. We just killed some guys.
I built specifically for split push, and then I proceeded to group making my hull breaker useless and doing very little team fight value. I definitely see that.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
bounties would have been worth a lot more to my team, I think. Like the turret bounties. Than just me getting gold for myself on a hull breaker build where I'm not going to 1v9 carry.
Okay, awesome. Happy that you see it. And there, so my point, like, all your team has to do is keep an eye on Nash and just try to, like basically just Echo has to stay alive. Like, that's all your team has to do. Echo has to stay alive, so they're kind of forced, like, to 50-50 the Nash. And that's about it, you know. Like, they have not, like, they just have to buy blue trinkets, maybe try to put the pink, and then not face check, you know. So this is not on you. This is like not on you. This is not them not understanding, like, what their mission is. Because now they can do Nash, but yeah, that's what you want to be doing as Tryndamere. Boom. And also, yeah, if you go try for say, you just here you Q, for example.
Yeah, not using my Sheen properly.
Yeah. So it's not a big deal. Again, like, it's gonna come over time if you play this setup again. But now, okay, now they took Nash. So now what's your mission for the next few minutes?
Turtle down, push out all waves. So I'd probably want to be top right now. I want to reset, go top, mid, whatever. Push out all the waves. Keep them away from inhibs.
So the thing is, against Nash, like, you can't really, like, split push anymore. Because even, like, if you split and you go all the way here and you push and you push and you push, well, during that time, if they're not coming to you, they're just pushing with Nash 5v4 and can be very risky for your team. They can just maybe lose. And also, even if you push all the way here, well, they can just back in 4 seconds and match you. So yeah, whenever, like, Nash has been taken, unless you have an insane team that can just defend the Nash 4v5, now your mission is just kind of like to be there and be able to help your team not get 5v4 dove and killed. So I think, like, this is already too much. There's too much pushing. This wave,
yeah.
Why not? Because now you're taking away from them to be able to take top inhib also with mid inhib. So this wave is good, but then instant reset, especially with the Fisk dying and Echo ult. So instant base now, because you don't want to be pushing top. Like, they cannot defend that by themselves. Now you realize a bit too late that, oh, actually I need to defend. And now we're kind of just, I mean, at that point, maybe the only thing I would say is maybe you went a bit too early because, like, Ez was coming in like 1 second. And
yeah,
but maybe you were concerned about them taking the turret and kind of want to defend that. I mean, at that point, like, it's not you who's gonna make, like, the big difference, you know. But I think, like, we already saw, like, what's the biggest, like, shift you need to have. So from, like, in early game, the game is all about, is my wave good? Can I fix it? How do I fix it? Where's my jungler? Like, how do I enable him? How do we play together? And that's early game. That's it for the first, like, 13-14 minutes. And then it's, what's the next objective on the map? Can we contest it? How do I have my team contesting it? And if we cannot contest it, what can I get on the opposite side of the map, basically?
Yeah, so if my team's ahead and I can contest it, it's okay for me to be on the split on that side of the map with the objective spawning. But then if we're behind, essentially, opposite, mirror it to get turrets out of it, or a 1v1 or whatever it is.
And even if your team is ahead, like, okay, simplifying the situations is good. So it's easier to win a 4v4 being ahead than to win a 5v5 being ahead. Like, because it's easier to win a 1v1 being ahead than winning a 3v3, for example. If everyone is winning. So if you can still, like, pin someone to the side, like understanding that how, like, splitting is not only, like, to split, you know, you can split to push, to bring someone, to create a pressure point. So now someone is forced to be there, and then you out rotate because you're Tryndamere and you pass through walls and you're so fast on the map. And then you create a 5v4. So if you're ahead, but you're 5v4, now this is completely winning, you know? So yeah, like, Tryndamere is like, you need to understand, like, the identity of the champion. It's just a little ball of damage. That's what you are. You're just a little bot of nervous damage going fast on the map. Pew, 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 you go fast. So now, the thing is, you need to use that ball of damage to create pressure when your team needs or is in a position to create pressure somewhere else, and then you can create pressure, bring someone and pew, run to the other pressure point, or just stay there, you know, and do whatever. So that's why in this matchup in particular, I got this setup, because this usually Malphite can just match your pressure, and your only way to function as Tryndamere is to bring him on side, look to out rotate, he TPs, you go back on side lane. Hopefully your team doesn't die from Malphite TP. You bring him on side again, and then you out rotate, and then you have a 15 seconds window to win the team fight 5v4. And if you and otherwise you're not gonna have a positive impact, because by default Malphite has more impact than Tryndamere in team fight, and that's the case for many champions in the game. Actually, it's not only Malphite. Many champs you're gonna face have more impact in team fight than you. So what you need to have is more impact on the map by bringing them there, out rotating, something like that. So
that makes sense.
So because I was like, bro, I only have that 15-second window, and Malphite, like if we cannot win a team fight, well, I'll just bring Malphite on side, and then I cannot dive him, of course. I cannot just take the turret. I'm fucked, you know. And then I realized that by doing this, if I can bring a cannon wave under his turret, well, I can just ignore the Malphite because he doesn't have the damage to kill me with Hullbreaker or make me use ult, and I can just, it's one wave, one turret, basically one wave, one turret. And since I've been doing that, it's like 80% win rate into Malphite. But
yeah,
but you need to understand like the identity of your champion. And again, even if you're playing for the team fight, bring him on side first. You don't want to create 5v5 situations.
that makes sense. Yeah.
With your champion. Okay. So I have two propositions for you. First, did that bring any question on that game in particular or on the game in general?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Made sense.
So we could call it day, or we could go really quickly into the VOD of one of my games. We would just go like at 15 minutes in it into Malphite or any other matchup, and I just show you like the kind of the correct plays like executed. Or we could call it a day. You tell me.
Oh, I'm done. This is it. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. I sometimes like often I don't like to do it because I don't want it to feel like bragging, you know, and be like, you see, I'm a better player. Don't worry, I go 0-12 in my games. I do like terrible sessions, etc. Just to kind of like show you. So
Oh, for sure.
For example, I mean, this. Do you want a Malphite game or like any?
It doesn't matter. There's so many similar like matchups.
So just taking that last game, for example, Tryndamere versus Shen, huge impact. So that's so this, like, my strong point this game was actually was exactly your weaknesses last game. So hopefully it's gonna charge. Okay. So we're not gonna look at early game. As I said, like you got it. Like just you connect yourself to your jungler, and then you will have it figured out. Let's go at 12 minutes. Okay, let's start now, and I'm gonna play it fast, and now we kind of like ask ourselves. So let's go. There's a Drake on the map. My A-Soul is dead. Okay, and Shen was dead. I can go for Demolish proc. Now I don't think I can take the full turret. So what do? Here I applied my pressure point. You see little ball of damage, boom, pressure point. And my team, the pressure point is here because there's a Drake. Now the pressure point has been created. This guy is stuck. So what do I do now?
So your A-Soul is dead, right?
Yeah, but yeah, he's spawning back now and he has a TP. Oh, A-Soul is back.
If you guys are like, if it's looking like a Doom Drake, I just go catch mid wave and try to get the layers there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it was not Doom because of A-Soul TP, but now I'm like, I cannot just keep pushing. I wanted to play that Drake. I cannot just keep pushing top because it's Shen. So Shen can just like clear the next wave with the turret, and then he can ult to my team. And then I'm having no impact. And then it's a 4v5. So now I'm like, I can both look. Shen is still stuck there, and now Shen was stuck there, and now Yone is stuck there, and I have nothing more to do mid. I don't have a wave. So boom, pressure point created top. Pressure point created mid, and now it's actually for just a few seconds, yes, but it could be a 5v3 here with my team. And now Yone is late, and Shen is late. You see, just by creating pressure. So you could say, yeah,
Yeah,
but
no,
your
I see
team
that.
won, etc. But they won because it was a 4v3 for them. That's why they know they could engage. Because Shen was top and Yone was mid, basically. So, I mean, I don't know why they didn't come with me to dive. Can thank the turret forever. But it's fine. And now, next objective is gonna be most likely top side, Herald. The reason I go top here, I don't know if you hear the sound of what I'm saying, but what I'm saying right now, probably not actually because I'm sharing my screen. So here my reasoning is we have Nunu, so Nunu can like we can secure the smite on a like Nunu. If your team is even, you should get every single objective in the map because you can Q smite and no one can match that. And here I'm saying we can get. I will still go top because I want to get the Herald because with the Herald I can use it bot and help my team for the Nash. So I'm already thinking about the Nash at 14 minutes. So now I don't want to get Herald too early because I want to have my Herald for the Nash. Or I could use it up for the Drake. So that's the reason I'm actually going on the side of the objective here. And now I see that Ivern is bot, boom, insta Herald. And now I'm gonna use it for the next objective. So now I see 3 on the map, 4 on the map. Probably get the T2. Get the Ghost of Cog, I mean, Ghost for Ghost is pretty good here. Because, I mean, I'm just playing the split, I don't need much.
Like Ghost ADC meta is a curse.
Yeah. That's actually the way they nerfed Ghost resets takedowns. But yeah, it's Tryndamere paying for the sins of the ADCs again. And now, probably, if I do it right, Drake is gonna spawn, but it's too late for me to apply pressure top. Because here, if I try to go top, by the time I'm top lane, the Drake has already spawned. So they can play a 5v4 enemy team on Drake by the time I'm going there, and then still back and defend on me. And even if I take top inhib, it's not gonna do shit, because next objective is gonna be what after Drake?
So was that the first Rift Herald you guys took that game?
I'm not even sure, but it's gonna be either Rift or Nash. It's gonna be top side.
Yeah.
So taking top inhib makes it so they can just defend the top inhib and defend the objective at the same time. We don't care too much about top inhib here.
My plan just changed and it's not gonna affect it too much. So okay, I actually need Tiamat for my plan. My plan is to go and clear that top wave real quick.
My plan is to go and clear that top wave real quick.
And if they contest Drake enemy team, I just take like 2 turrets.
Are you gonna reset out?
Yeah.
There?
No. What am I doing? So I just said I'm proud of me in the past. Really good plan by me. I'm gonna go clear that wave.
Sounds like a good plan.
And then
okay, that's step 1 of the plan.
Step 1 of the plan was clearing that top turret. And then go mid. And as I said, if they want to look at that pressure point created again on Shen. And now other pressure point created. Kog'Maw needs to contest my prio. And then again, my team is 4v3 around the Drake. Decide to come, to not come. And then I decide to just go Herald. And now boom, pressure point again. Shen top. Kog'Maw pinned. That's a 5v3 again. I think I decided to still go mid. Because we end up like not winning that fight that hard. Or not winning it at all. And then still like 2 charges. So we took something for that Drake that we didn't take. But see, Shen was out because of that pressure point. And now I'm going bot. Boom, and it's gonna be the same thing again and again. Buying my items and now creating pressure bots.
I might actually be able to 1v1 the Yone when I think about it. I mean, maybe I would the most.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I end up like 1v1ing the Yone because I'm so strong with Wallbreaker. And now, you see, Yone was bot, and Yone was dead, and now Shen is tipping. Again, that's a 4v3 situation for my team on the top side of the map. So you see, I'm not I make it so easy for them. Still, maybe they lose, they die, etc. But if you do it consistently over games and games, they actually lost that. But if you just keep doing it consistently, like you're gonna be winning, you know. You're just gonna be creating more pressure than your opponent consistently. I mean, here, like,
I see it for sure.
Yeah, and when it's like Drake and Nash at the same time, now the play is gonna become a bit different because you can like swap an objective for another one.
No, fuck off, bad. It was free Drake. Come on.
And you see, here I'm mad because I'm creating a ton of pressure top. I bring the jungler like top so to make sure they don't go for like a Nash or something. And now I'm mad at my team for not going Drake. because they could have went straight to Drake with no. And I brought the jungler top, and we actually get the Drake. So now that Drake being taken, and now what do I type? Wait my pressure. You see what I mean by taking responsibility? Wait my pressure. I can ignore whoever comes and take turrets. And now all they have to do is wait my pressure. And now I create pressure. Takes me a bit of time. Actually, don't do it to the best. Okay, they actually got the Nash. That like I didn't do shit here. But yeah, that's gonna be it again and again and again and again. This objective is gonna be bought. Here I bring Hyone and I bring Shen, I think, and I bring 4 people top, and I kill someone.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's gonna be it over and over again, and we end up like winning this game. So
No, I see the playstyle. I do see the playstyle.
yeah, and I don't think it's a playstyle that's specific to me. I think that's how Tryndamere should be played. If you wanna be played like you wanna play Tryndamere, like here maybe because I have a Wall Breaker, I'm not grouping as much after bringing someone. But still, you see I'm still moving to my team. So I brought Shen top and then I went mid, not to fight. If you're playing a fighting items, you could not go and pressure mid and then go to the team fight straight, which is fine. But that's the whole point, is like creating pressure first, bringing someone. If you can dive the guy, you just dive the guy. If you can take the turret and ignore him, you just take the turret and ignore him. If you can't, you just move and do something else on another spot. But you saw how easy I created just 4v3s, 5v3s, 3v2s, etc. for my team, making it simpler for them.
100%.
Yeah, so I think that's what you should be aiming towards, and especially because you have decent or good laning phase, you're gonna come into the mid lane game with an advantage, which is it's gonna just make it so much easier to make your playstyle function basically.
Perfect.
Or Tryndamere function. Okay, did that make sense? Did that bring any question, or are we good on your end?
No, we're perfect, bro. Really good coaching.
Nice. Glad you liked it. Well, because we're getting at the end, it's like the moment where I make you guys talk a bit more and try to coach me as a coach. So, of course, I'm trying to make you guys better, but I'm trying to make myself better as a coach. And as a player, actually. You learn a lot by coaching other players. So can you tell me from the top of the dome, if you can think of the things that I've been doing right during that session, so I just can keep doing those with my following coachings, but also if I've been doing anything wrong or could be improved, please let me know as well so we can work on that.
Yeah, I mean, the questions are good. Like asking me questions and giving me like hypothetical situations and such is really good because it allows me to engage and see why I'm right if I am right, and see why I'm wrong if I am wrong. So that's like a big thing, for sure. I did like the questions. I like the marker too. The like actually just drawing on the board. It helps quite a bit.
That's cool.
With communicating. Arrows are straightforward. Like telling me, oh, he has 3 options. Could be invade, could be go to his blue, gank mid, and then not have. But with the arrows, it just really solidifies like this is what it looks like. This is what I should be honestly seeing too. So yeah, those are the big like good hits I would say off the top of my dome. For bad, I gotta think. It's hard to think of bad.
Okay, I mean, you don't have to. It just, if you had anything. I'm really happy because here you tell me the marker is good, but it's like a few coachings ago, it was the bad thing. Yeah, 2 people told me in a row, you need to maybe use magic pen, use a pen to write because it's not always clear. And the fact that something goes from negative to positive makes me super proud. I mean, that's what improvement is. Like, I'm sure like at some point in your gameplay, what's negative will be positive, and you will be able to create a lot of pressure. Hopefully, if you do it, I'm certain you will see like insane results in your game.
No, 100%.
Sure.
I got the general message. I'm gonna keep it in mind for like just judging like my team state and then making the play as to whether or not I should be at that objective or I should just be creating pressure and working my way down over time.
Awesome. And of course, as I said, like if you're straight up like stomp them 5v5, you can go there. If you're like 20-5 and the game is a stomp, like you can just go and participate for sure. Otherwise, it's always good to try to create a number advantage. Okay, and then the very last question I would have for you would be like I'm trying to like kind of make a benchmark on the market and try to understand what will be a fair price for these coaching sessions. So if you had to pay for it, what do you think would be a fair price to you for this kind of session?
I mean, The guys are putting 50. I think 50 is pretty reasonable. I think it depends on like just the demand as well,
Mhm.
because I paid for like I was super hesitant on like like coaching sessions at $100 or more. Fuck that, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd never pay
Mm.
out of my pocket for that. That's just way too much to me. Unless it's from like no, even then no, never. But 40. Okay, 40 is a little cheap though. I say 50 is a good price though. 50 is a good
Okay.
price.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just taking the numbers then out to like the average of that and see how it sounds.
I know some streamers like Rangers and I believe even Fog do like hundreds, like 100 to 120. Dude, that's just I don't know
Yeah.
how anyone's willing to pay for that.
I mean, I paid Rangers coaching. I'm not gonna lie. Just because I want to be like as good as possible in Tryndamere. I had like no other option at that point because he's the best.
Rangers is probably the only one because he just has a reputation of being the guy.
Yeah, that's it. Like he's the best to do it. So I was willing to pay a lot for it, but it took me a long time. Like I had to be like very rich relative to me to accept to give that amount of money, and still like. I felt like I overpaid it a bit, and I understood that I was paying for Rangers brand and not only like the quality of the coaching because it was
exactly. You want
short.
the exposure. That's why people pay for niche, bro. You get on the videos.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Effect.
Yeah. So I understood that I paid for it also.
But a player that plays Trynd 2 that I don't have as much respect for as you simply because he plays mid. It's like Yasuke. I think Yasuke charges around 50, and that's like. That's decent, you know?
Yeah, that's very decent, especially because Yasuke has the cloud going with him, so he could like making people pay like because I'm guessing some like quote unquote fanboys would be able to pay a big price just to get coached. So it's a very fair price actually.
Yeah, no, Yasuke is reasonable, and like that's the price I was willing to pay too. Although I never ended up doing it, but I was very willing.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. I think if it was good for you, I think it's good for me also. I have a coaching starting in 1 minute, so I would have to to go.
No worries, bro.
Yeah, and just like a very last thing, of course, like I have a secret agenda, but I trying to promote myself. But I saw that you already followed on Twitch, so thank you so much for that. And also, I would just send you one video on my YouTube channel because I think it summarizes the whole. Oh man, thank you so much giving the frame. Thank you, bro. It just summarizes like the whole concept. I think it's one of the video that I like the most on my channel. I just gotta send it to you. You can play it in times 2, like if you want, but I think it could be interesting for you to watch it. It's this. I'll just send it to you and you can probably watch it, Austrian. Yep, and that's about it for me. Well, thank you for being coachable. It was nice like to like I really enjoyed that coaching, that session.
Hell yeah.
You were like the highest ELO guy or MMR guy so far that I had, and it's interesting to see like what are the mistakes that we keep doing, going higher and higher and higher. So yeah, it was really interesting.
I'm glad, bro. Thank you for the coaching.
You're welcome. Really good. Have a good one. See you.
All right. Good luck on the coaching.
Thank you. Bye bye.